Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to a new playthrough on the channel. After we visited the Eastern Front via Tank on Tank East Front last week, we're going to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter as we debut Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle from USAopoly on the channel. In this game, we're playing some of the characters from the Harry Potter universe, taking on villains of the same in a deck-building environment. Our goal here is to defeat all of the villains before we lose control of the locations. The way this game is built, we also have some potential for another background campaign depending on the results of this game. Let's work our way to the board, but first up we're going to meet our characters. Our first character is Hermione Granger. As we all know, she's the academic of the group, essentially. So her flavor text here, no special abilities yet this early in the campaign. Now, if you two don't mind, I'm going to bed before either of you come up with another clever idea to get us killed, or worse, expelled. Of course, we are playing students at Hogwarts Legacy. She starts off with 10, both of our characters will start off with 10 health. We've got space for shots and coins over here. Shots we'll use to put damage on the villains. Coins we'll use to buy from the market. Take a look at our starting hand. We've got the only real interesting thing here. We've got plenty of coins. We can potentially put spells on the top of the deck. We've also got Tales of Beetle the Barb, so we can either gain 2 or all heroes gain 1. Crookshanks either gain a shot or 2 health. That's it for Hermione. Now let's go meet her cohort for this game. Our second character is the ever-forgetful Neville Longbottom, as his flavor text reflects. Only problem is, I can't remember what I've forgotten. Delightful. And Neville's starting hand consists of more coins and his frog Trevor. Like Crookshanks, either gain a shot or gain 2 health, which we'll need those later on in the game. But that will do it for our characters. Now let's move over to the main board. Here's our main board. We've got our locations up here. First location that we need to worry about is Diagon Alley. So this is the villain control. The dark arts cards, and I'll detail that next, can potentially put villain control on the location. I'll change these out as they become relevant. We've got the aforementioned dark arts cards right here that every turn will reveal a new one of. Then we've got our villains. Our first villain that we'll be trying to deal with is Draco Malfoy. Each time a villain control is added to the location, active hero loses 2 health. And as a reward, you can remove 1 villain control from the location, 6 health to take him out. So we definitely want to get rid of him before the villain control starts going crazy. Then we've got the market over here, which starts off with 6 cards in it. First up, Albus Dumbledore for 8 coins. He's a buy if we can get to him. All heroes gain 1 shot, 1 coin, 1 health, and draw a card. Next up, Lumos for 4 coins. All heroes draw a card. Next up, Quidditch Gear, gain a shot and a health for 3. Wingardium Leviosa for 2. Gain 1 coin. You may put items you acquire on top of your deck instead of in your discard pile. Hermione has a similar item that we kind of glossed over for spells. Next up, another copy of Wingardium Leviosa, so those will stack together, and Essence of Dittany for 2 coins. Any 1 hero gains 2 health. At least I believe those stack together on duplicates. Let me double check. I don't know if they actually do or not. I guess it doesn't say anything about that. I thought it did for some reason. Yeah, I guess I thought it did, but apparently not. So, never mind. I'll separate those two Wingardium Leviosas in a second. Nope. Okay. So yeah, we'll split those back out. Alright, so that is everything we need to get started with the game, so let's get into it, and we'll start off with Hermione. Just repositioning the camera a touch so we get everything a little bit better in shot. We start off every turn by drawing a Dark Arts card, so we draw... He who must not be named. Add one villain control to the location, so that immediately puts one on Diagon Alley, and Hermione loses 2 health from Draco. Fortunately, in Game 1, we only have the one villain that we need to deal with. So, we'll play out our coin cards. Tails of Beetle the Bard lets us gain 2 coins, or all heroes gain 1. I think... Is there really any difference between between 4 and 5? Actually, there is. So I think Hermione will gain the 2 coins herself and go to 5. They're actually called influence in this game. I always call them coins because they look like coins. And then Crookshanks, where we can either gain a shot, or heal the 2 health Hermione just took. I think we'll take a shot and we'll put it on Draco because I don't want to have. So these are what the shots look like. We'll put that on Draco. I'll show off a coin just for sake of completeness. Then for 5 coins, I think Hermione will buy the Quidditch gear, which will give her another shot. And actually, yeah, and then the Wingardium Leviosa will go on top of her deck thanks to the Time Turner. So you may put spells you acquire on top of your deck instead of in your discard pile. And then that doesn't... These empty spaces won't refill, I believe, until the action is... Yep, until the turn's over. So that will go to Hermione's discard pile. We'll draw the aforementioned Wingardium Leviosa. And we'll get a whole bunch of coins. Alright, so then we need to replace the market. So first up we find another Essence of Dittany, which we saw earlier, and Reparo. Choose one. Either gain 2 coins or draw a card for 3 coins. Alright, so Hermione's coins are all spent. I'm not going to go too far with those, though, because it will be Neville's turn. And I saw he had a bunch of coins in his starting hand as well. But before we get to that, we need a Dark Arts card. So Neville will find Expulso. Active hero loses 2 health. Delightful. Alright, so now Neville will play out his hand, gaining 4 coins, and he'll take a shot as well to put another one on Draco. And then I think he's going to buy both of the Essences of Dittany, just to get some healing into his deck. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll see Neville has more coins. A couple of special items to note here. Neville's got the Remember All. Gain 1 coin. If you discard this, gain 2. So if an effect says discard a card, you'd use this to gain coins. And then Mandrake. We can either choose to gain a shot, or any one hero gains 2 health. So Neville could use that on himself, theoretically. And then replacing the 2 cards we find Incendio for 4 coins. Gain a shot, draw a card. And another Incendio. We can probably get some offense going here, but it's Hermione's turn. Dark Arts card first. Flipendo. Active hero loses 1 health and discard a card. Gross. I wanted to get her an Incendio, and I still can. There are no items anyway, so Wingardium Leviosa is not that useful. The rest of it's 4 coins. That looks like an is that an Incendio or is that a Lumos? I think it's an Incendio, actually. So we'll draw another Alohomora, and we'll shuffle this up for Hermione. And we'll draw the rest of her hand. 3, 4. Okay, we have the Incendio that we just picked up. So down to Neville's turn. Let's try to do that. Fresh dark art. Actually, fresh card for the market before we jump into Neville's turn. The Sorting Hat. Gain 2 coins. You may put allies you acquire on top of your deck instead of in your discard pile. Then a Dark Arts for Neville. Expulso. Active hero loses another 2. So Neville's down to 6. Hermione's at 7. Okay. So we have another 4 coins. And the Mandrake will give Neville another shot, which he'll put on Draco. So that'll bring him up to 3. We'll put that back in the bowl. Or in the cup. And then 4 will give him a Lumos. And all of this will move to the discard pile. We'll shuffle everything up for Neville. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll see that Neville's got a decent amount of healing coming. But we need a fresh card for the market. We find another Wingardium Leviosa. Right, so over to Hermione we go. Fresh card from the Dark Arts. He Who Must Not Be Named, adding another villain control to the location. Hermione loses 2 from Draco. And now we'll start off with Incendio to gain a shot and draw a card. So Hermione will draw Crookshanks. We're not in danger yet, and I know Neville's got a lot of healing in his deck now. So we'll take that to give Hermione another shot. And then we'll play out the rest of her hand for 4 more coins, and items can go on top, but I don't think we're acquiring any items this turn. 2 shots will go on Draco. And then for 4, we could put items on top if I want the Sorting Hat, but I don't think I do in particular. Well, I guess I could make a use of the Sorting Hat, so we'll grab that. We'll grab that for the 4 coins. And the coins will get discarded. Hermione will draw the Sorting Hat along with 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we've got 4. Ooh, we might have potential here, but we got to see what happens with Neville's turn first. First, we need to replace the market. We find another instance of Quidditch gear. Now Neville will find Petrification. All heroes lose 1 health and can't draw extra cards this turn. Active hero draws 5 new cards at the end of the turn. So Neville goes down to 5, Hermione goes down to 4. Which kind of washes away the potential that there was this turn. Not that we were getting Hermione another coin anyway. We'll play out the Essence of Dittany first to heal. Let's heal Hermione. We're starting to get a little bit low for comfort. Then we'll play Trevor as well, bring Neville back from 5. And we've got 3 to buy with, which I think will be Quidditch gear. So that'll move to the discard pile. Neville will draw back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Draco is going to have 1 more turn to hopefully not cause us too many problems, but getting a little ahead of myself there. So back to Hermione's turn. Before we do that, we got to replace the market. We will find another Essence of Dittany, which Neville just picked up, and then Hermione's turn starts off with Expulso, active hero loses 2 health. That's not too terrible. Let's see, Sorting Hat for 2. You may put allies you acquire on top of your deck instead of your discard pile. We'll make that all heroes gain 1, so that's 1 Neville can use on his turn. Which brings Hermione up to 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think we'll go with another Incendio and an Essence of Dittany. We didn't acquire any allies this turn, so we'll draw 3 cards for Hermione. 1, 2, 3. Then we'll shuffle her hand. Four, 5, and we'll see what Hermione's hand looks like. Okay, and then we need 2 new cards for the market, so here we find Descendo for 5 coins to gain 2 shots, and another Quidditch gear. So back to Neville's turn we go. New Dark Arts card. Flipendo, active hero loses 1 health and discards a card. So Neville's down to 6. This would have been a good time for the Remember All, but alas. We'll discard an Alohomora. Draco's effect doesn't activate. Then we'll start off with Lumos, so all heroes draw a card. Neville will draw. Another Alohomora. And then Hermione will draw. Another Alohomora as well. Alright, so that's 2 coins, which we can buy with. I'll use the Essence of Dittany to heal Hermione for 2, and we'll take a shot from the Mandrake, which the shot will actually take out Draco. So we'll move the shots off of Draco. We'll move him to the discard pile. And then with 2 coins, we'll grab him a Wingardium Leviosa. 1, 2, we'll shuffle Draco's... actually, wait, we had 3 coins before we do that. I forgot we had 1 extra from Hermione's turn, so I think we'll instead buy a Reparo. 1, 2, and then we'll shuffle the rest of these up. And then I will go up and take off the villain control off the location in a second. Game 1 is probably fairly easy, but I think we're probably going to stick to a similar formula that we've done with like Hero Realms, and just keep it to 1 game, essentially per video. So, as tempting as it would be to play game 2 next as well, we'll probably just stick to, like I said, 1 game per video. Especially since later on I've got plans where this is going to get a lot longer. There's the Remember All. Could have a lot of coins going into Neville's next turn. But replacing the market, another Incendio, and then we need a fresh villain for the heroes to go after. We find Quirinus Quirrell. Active hero loses 1 health, and as a reward, all heroes gain a coin and a health. Control comes off the location. Then we're back to Hermione's turn, so our fresh Dark Arts card. Petrification. All heroes lose 1 health and can't draw extra cards. Yada, yada, yada. Down to 1, down to 5, and then Hermione goes to 4 because of Quirrell. So the 6 health on Quirrell. So the draw card on the Incendio goes to waste, but the shot will go straight on Quirrell. As well as shot from Quidditch gear, and Hermione will gain the health back she just lost. And then we will have 4 coins and spells go on top because of the Time Turner. That looks like an Incendio going right on top to me. So I'll move that to the discard pile, and we'll draw Hermione's hand. 3, 4. Okay, we're we should be able to rock Quirrell in these next couple of turns. So drawing from the Market deck, we find another Reparo, which we saw Neville pick up last turn, and then it's Neville's turn. So drawing a fresh card from the Dark Arts deck. He Who Must Not Be Named adds the control back to the location that we got rid of for Draco. And then Neville loses a health. And all we've got here is 5 coins. So I think that will be a Reparo and a Wingardium Leviosa, since Neville's actually buying a decent amount of items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll take a quick look at Neville's hand. Okay, that's some pretty useful stuff. Then we need to replace 2 cards from the Market. So first up we find another Lumos and another Reparo. We'll shuffle up the Dark Arts cards heading into Hermione's turn. Give that a cut. And then we'll draw our fresh Dark Arts card. So we'll find Expulso. Active hero loses 2, and Hermione will lose another 1 thanks to Quirrell. She's actually in pretty bad danger right now. We'll start off with an Incendio to gain a shot and draw a card. So Hermione will draw. Another Alohomora. Then it'll be another Incendio to give her another shot and draw her another card. So this one will be Essence of Dittany, which is very timely because Hermione will use that to gain 2 health. Then we have 5 coins to buy with, and we'd be able to put allies on top, except the only ally right now is Dumbledore, and he's 8. So we'll put 2 health on Quirrell, and then 5 is Xaxes to get her a Descendo. So we'll move all of that to the discard pile if it'll ever cooperate with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll give the rest of her deck a shuffle. Cut, and that will bring her to 5. We'll take a look at her hand. We got some decent stuff coming out, but we need to replace the Market, so here we will find another Descendo that Hermione just bought. Then over to Neville, our Dark Arts card. Flipendo, active hero loses 1 and discards a card. Then he'll immediately lose another thanks to Quirrell. I'm shortcutting a little bit. We'll discard an Alohomora. Lumos will let all heroes draw a card, so Neville will draw. Trevor, who's also very timely. Hermione will draw. Descendo. Okay, so this is going to hurt. So if we don't take Quirrell out, Hermione's next turn is going to hurt. If we do, we're going to hurt the next villain coming out. But I don't know if we... Well, I think we can, actually. I think we can take out Quirrell this turn. So we'll use Trevor to give Neville a shot. Then we'll give Quidditch Gear to give him another shot and a health. So bring him up to 3. Essence of Dittany will heal him for 2. And Alohomora to give him a coin, which 1 is not going to do anything for us. 2 shots, however, will take Quirrell clean out. Alright, so all heroes gain a coin and a shot. 2... Okay, so that's 2 for Neville now, which actually will do something for him at this point. I think Hermione was at... Yeah, Hermione should be at 5, Neville should be at 6. So 2 coins actually now gives Neville a Wingardium Leviosa, so that's very timely. Then Quirrell's discarded. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll shuffle the rest of this up. And 5, and we'll take a look at Neville's starting hand. Oh, wow. All right, so we'll replace the market. We'll find another Reparo. And our last villain for game 1, Crab and Goyle. Each time a Dark Arts event or villain causes a hero to discard a card, that hero loses 1 health. Reward all heroes draw a card with 5 health, except when we defeat those 2 bozos, the game will just be over. But before we fall into Hermione's next turn, I need to take a small break. Let's see what the Dark Arts do to Hermione. The Dark Arts are making her lose 2 health, thanks to an Expulso. So Hermione has 1 coin coming into the turn. Let's get started with an Incendio to gain a shot and draw a card. So Hermione will draw. An Alohomora. Then we'll play Crookshanks to give her another shot. Then Descendo to give her another 2. Then we'll play 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can put items on top. Is there really a difference between 4 and 5? Probably not particularly, so I think we'll just take a Quidditch gear and put it on top. 4 shots will go on Crab and... Actually, wait a minute. Let me check that out again. So Crab and Goyle take 4. Let me tally that up again for the coins. 1, 2, 3, 4. She's actually got 5 right now. So I think instead of that, we'll take the Descendo, but I don't think it's very likely to matter. A lot of that's going to turn on if Neville has a shot in his hand, though, and I think he does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take a look at Hermione's hand. She does not have a shot in her hand. So if Neville doesn't have a shot in his hand, we're going to be at least 1 more round before we take these guys out. So next card in the market is another Incendio. Then over to Neville, our Dark Arts card. Petrification. All heroes lose 1 health and can't draw extra cards this turn. So Hermione's down to 2, Neville's down to 5. But we see that, yes, Neville does have a couple shots in hand. So I think for somewhat sake of completeness, Hermione will heal 2 from the Essence of Dittany. And Neville will gain 2 coins. Not that it's going to matter, most likely. 1 more from the Alohomora. And then we'll take a shot from the Mandrake and gain 2 health from Trevor. So the last shot will actually go on Crab and Goyle, and that will win the game. So, yeah, game one is fairly easy in Hogwarts Battle. They're going to get more difficult as the campaign progresses, but at least we will have a background campaign of this as well. So I'll just make a note here. And since I have played this off camera before, so I know there's a bit of a treadmill experience to this, which means I'm going to introduce the same house rule that I have for the Hero Realms background campaign, where if I lose one scenario twice, or a total of 4 across the campaign, I'm going to wrap the background campaign. So that's how I'm going to combat that, because you guys know, and I've talked about it on the channel before, I don't like that treadmill campaign experience. So that's why I've got some of these house rules to try to combat that. But that's another story for another day, so that will do it for this playthrough of Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle. We've got another full week on the channel. Saturday we're going to start the new cookbook for Mystical Munchies, Star Wars The Black Spire Outpost Cookbook with the appetizer, Pitmaster's Choice. After that, Sunday we're breaking our streak of debut games as we play Black Orchestra from Starling Games. However, next week we'll have another debut game on the channel as we debut Role Player from Thunderworks Games. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.